Hello and welcome to another mod showcase. EnaiSaion just released a brand new mod, so I guess I really should be taking a look at that. The mod in question is Odin, Skyrim Magic Overhaul. It looks to be everything I've been after for quite some time now. This mod fixes the bland vanilla spells, scrolls and staves, making them into something far more usable and tactical. The mod fixes bugs, visuals and balancing issues. EnaiSaion's credentials speak for themselves, with some incredible mods that are mainstays in not just mine, but pretty much everyone else's load orders. And due to that, and requests in my Discord, I had no choice but to test this mod out. I'm going to say really early on that I will be putting links to the Bethesda and Nexus site in the description so that you can check out the spells and edits for yourself, as this makes so many changes I couldn't possibly show them all. I'm going to start off with quality of life changes first, such as bug fixes and different ways EnaiSaion has improved spells in each class. When it comes to alteration, here we get improved visuals. Light spells cast a brighter light with larger radius. Telekinesis deals more damage and has had the experience gained from using it dropped quite significantly. And the flesh spells, whilst not directly changed, will now benefit from automatic recasting with perks from EnaiSaion perk overhaul mods. Conjuration has had far more changes. Notably, all summons now scale much better with the playable character, up to 15 levels higher depending on the summon and the perks attained. Elemental thralls are now far more powerful than their Antronaut brothers, and as a side benefit, NPCs won't constantly talk about how dangerous they look. We don't have a choice, they're eternal summons, just let it go. Most summons have had levelling and damage scaled and edited to ensure a more balanced playthrough. You will also experience better levelling yourself when using summoned weapons or creatures, making this playstyle far more viable. Destruction has had a lot of quality of life fixes. Frost spells now slow at a fixed value of 50% and cannot be fortified. All shock spells deal equal damage to health and magicka. Missing scrolls have been added, damaging spells and cloaks deal the correct damage. Explosive spells are now easier to use as small obstacles won't block their damage. Master spells are now equal to dual wielding 2 expert spells, which actually seems much more fair. When it comes to illusion, you'll now be able to use these spells far later in the game before resistances completely block them out. Sound cues have also been fixed for certain spells. Rally spells now show the correct information and grant their bonuses to the correct targets. Master spells radius has been tweaked and Muffle is no longer absolutely perfect. And finally, when it comes to restoration, we now can't just spam heal ourselves and have to think instead of just reacting. The same goes for our enemies, who will not be able to run and heal mid-fight as it will leave them vulnerable. There has also been a reduction in certain spell types to remove some bloat from your menus. Experience granted for spells that previously wouldn't, such as Circle Protection, are also now present. I'm currently running this alongside Ordinator and I've been really impressed with how this makes magic feel both for and against you. Using both has alleviated any need to go and grab new spell mods, so I have a really clean spell menu and didn't feel like that's hindering my progress as a mage. I can see this combo being a must in the future for all mage users, which will allow for plenty of room to change and improve the game in other ways. Beyond the quality of life changes, we have actual spell changes and even a few new additions. Pretty much everything has been balanced and edited to get the best out of each spell. As so much has been done, I won't be able to walk you through every change, so I'm just going to give you a few examples. Spells like Feet of Natorgo will allow you to move faster as long as you're casting it. Web, which will cast webs on the floor, slowing down enemy movement and attack speed. Taldom's Scorcher, which shoots waves of fire at the enemy, causing decent damage per second, which is increased should the target be on fire. Shock Bloom, which creates a delayed lightning explosion which deals huge damage to health and magicka. Crying Eyes, which makes you harder to detect. Black Hand, which causes decent poison damage to enemies per second, and a whole host more that you'll have to check the Nexus page to see. As I've already alluded to, this mod doesn't focus on clogging up your menu with new spells. This is something I'm particularly fond of, as some packs leave you hunting for the right spells for far too long, as there's just too much bloat. In editing the vanilla spells instead, EnaiSaion has managed to alleviate that bloat, as well as making playing a mage more fun. In doing so, he's reinvigorated my desire to actually play as a mage for once. Now I just need to get good at doing that, so send tips in the comments section to help me out. Odin is currently sitting at 46 megabytes, but is still receiving fixes and updates to perfect it, so that could change over the next few weeks. As a community, we are so lucky to have people like EnaiSaion who work so hard to bring us fantastic mods like this. A load order involving his works is one of the most fun ways to play this game. The changes are so deep and impactful, so I may well revisit my old EnaiRIm order again. But on that, I am going to call it. I've recently hit 2,000 subscribers and it's really exciting to watch this growth. Thank you all so much. I'd love to keep this momentum up, so if this has helped, remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment with your favourite spells from this pack, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one.